Too many of us are muddling through our personal finances. We desperately want to get out of debt, but aren't making much progress. Sometimes it doesn't feel like we're making any progress at all. In our darker moments, we might think we will never get out of debt. I'm here to tell you that's not true. And actually, I'm going to give you 3 roles that you need to play. When you play these roles, you will gain clarity and motivation. You will start to see real progress in your effort to pay off debt and live a more resilient financial life. Okay, here are the 3 roles you need to play: the scientist, the engineer, and the general. Let's start with the scientist. In the most basic sense, a scientist's job is to discover the truth about how the universe works. When you are playing the scientist, you have to uncover truths about your situation, and you have to do it with dispassionate honesty. You need to understand what debt you have, because not all debt is the same, and that means that you will want to deal with that debt in different ways. Treating all of it as a one-size-fits-all will lead to either inefficiencies or serious problems. Consider this table. I'll highlight some of it to give you an idea of how the debt can be different. Medical debt has different rules for how it is reported on your credit report and how it will impact your credit score. Credit card debt can linger for up to 17 years, and even longer if you keep recycling your balances. Student loans can't be discharged with bankruptcy, can be deferred due to lack of employment, and its unpaid interest is rolled into the principal. That's why some can pay for years without paying down the principal. Each type of debt can impact your finances in slightly different ways. It's important that you understand those ways so you can avoid the worst consequences and play to the benefits. Otherwise, you could be swimming against the current and not understand why it's so hard to make progress. You also need to understand yourself. What motivates you? What discourages you? What are your long-term goals? What does it mean for you to live the good life? What are the things that are non-negotiable in your life? What can you do without? What relationships are crucial to you? The answer to these questions are important for you to be able to identify the debt payoff strategies that will work for you. Okay, once you've gotten the lay of the land and the scientist in you has given you the details, now it's time to become the engineer. An engineer doesn't just look at the big picture. The engineer looks at the details. A beautifully designed bridge will fail if the engineer has picked the wrong bolts. When you are the engineer, you need to be hyper-focused on the details. What is the interest rate on each of your debts? How much of your payment is going towards principal? What are the terms of that consolidation loan? What are the benefits and pitfalls of balance transfer? Where in this plan can things fail? And how do I protect against those possible failures? When you are the engineer, you are getting into the weeds. You are looking at the details. You are finding the weak points. You are identifying where to start. You are figuring out how to make the system work for you. At the Yukon project, we've got a debt payoff calculator that can take a lot of the work out of this effort. Put in your debts and it will automatically show you 5 different ways of paying off your debt. It's a great tool that can save you hours of work. Once you've engineered your debt payoff plan, it's time to take on that last role, that of general. You need to be Hannibal, Genghis Khan, Napoleon, or Ulysses S. Grant. You need to be ruthless in executing your plan. You can't let minor things get in your way. Give no quarter and take no prisoners. You have to relish in every debt that you slay, every credit card you conquer, and every debt laid low. This maniacal focus has immense power, but it can also be dangerous. This is why you only play the role of general after you've been the scientist and the engineer. Otherwise, you might destroy relationships, expend a lot of energy on unproductive plans, and wear yourself out before you finish the job. But if you are clear about who you are and what you're trying to accomplish, and you have drawn up a good plan, you will supercharge those efforts by attacking like an invading army. So there you have it, the scientist, the engineer, and the general. We've put together a checklist of questions that can guide you through these 3 roles. I will put a link in the description below. We would love to hear about your experience. Post them in the comments below. Other people could benefit from your experience. If you play these 3 roles, you will put yourself in a position to pay off your debts and live the financial life you want to live. And by the way, you can play these roles after you've paid off your debt. All you have to do is change the focus to building wealth or establishing a retirement plan. Know what you're trying to do, set a very specific plan, and execute relentlessly. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us out, and we appreciate it. Thanks for watching.